We start this video on a slightly sad note. In the previous round, the NLS won the first round of the 2020 season. The Nürburgring Championship was unfortunately the last race for the PlayStation liveried BMW M6 from Volcanhorst Motorsport. A livery that has lasted almost 4 years now, a fan favourite, and I think something that will be sorely missed at the Nürburgring going forward. It's had some mega wins over the years, mega photos, yeah, so thanks for the memories. However, what comes after the PlayStation livery is epic. PlayStation livery was a lot to live up to, but I think Volcanhorst and Sasha, designer there, has done a mega job to really make this car pop, really make it stand out, and I think it's going to look awesome in the rest of 2020. Please let me know in the comments what you think to this livery. Do you hate it or do you rate it? Anyways, now onto the racing bit to bring you up to speed. Mikkel and I finally got our trophies from NLS 1, which we're really pleased with. There was no podium, so we made a makeshift podium in the awning. We were also very pleased to have Chris back this time, free from his quarantine rules from Norway. He was back at the circuit for both days, so we were driving as 3 drivers on the first day on Saturday, and then 2 drivers, just me and Chris, on the Sunday, as Mikkel had to go to Paul Ricard for LMP2 testing and racing. Christian, as always, bang on the money straight away, banging the car on 2nd position for starting for NLS 2, and made it a BMW front row lockout with the Schnitzel car being P1 in qualifying. So yeah, made for great photos for BMW 1 2 at the beginning of NLS 2. So a quick mid-race update. Having dropped from P2 to P6 at the start, we short-stinted the first stint, which due to the then NLS regulations, we get a shorter first pit stop. That elevates us into P2, but then Mikkel was able to pass the Schnitzer car. For P1, which is really good. So we've been P1 through the 2nd stint. Christian's just jumped in again. Everyone else has done some shorter stints because there's a lot of code 120 and 60 out there. So there's an advantage to pitting when the track is very slow because of the slow zones. So now it's one big fight basically for 2nd. The Haupt car is just gone in the lead, the number 16 car. So it's a big fight for 2nd, I think, for maybe 4 or 5 cars. So yeah, all to play for the final stint when I go in about half an hour. So fingers crossed, push hard, let's do this. In the final stint we were fighting for P2 against the Get Speed Mercedes again, and enjoy this little onboard highlights clip of a really good battle with Fabian Schiller. another successful race, another podium, this time P2. So P1 last time, P2 this time round. Yeah, another mega result. Had to work for it. Didn't come as smooth sailing. We knew we had the pace from qualifying earlier on, but then just the way the race all mixed up, we really had a good battle with the Get Speed car at the end there. Super close. Getting a little bit bored of being drafted past on the Dottinger Haar now, where we have to make all the big moves out on the Nordschleife and everyone else just seems to draft past us. But either way, we're in a really good place. Great to have the three of us working together. And the really cool thing was, literally in 12 hours time, finishing one race, we were then straight into the next weekend for day 2. So on to the Sunday race, the second of the first NLS double-header race weekend. A lot of the cars and crews were taking the opportunity to switch their driver lineups for the second day, with the rounds being back-to-back. The team, all the logistics were there. It was just a chance to swap the drivers so everyone can get as much mileage before the big events come later on in the year for the Nürburgring 24 hours. We managed to qualify the car P5, of which I would then take the start of the race. Although we were struggling a little bit for pace, it was always good on lap 2 of the race to set a sub 8-minute lap in race conditions. So a quick mid-race update so far. Start went pretty well, managed to hold position certainly. Got a little bit boxed in, so wasn't able to make any positions up, which is a shame, always want to go forward. Then after that, sort of eased into the race and didn't really have the pace to stick with the front 4 guys. I kind of did, but only because traffic helped me a little bit. And there's had some big battles down the Dottinger Haar again. I mean, again, just being passed in a straight line, basically. So very frustrating when people can pass you, but you can't pass anyone else. So yeah, now Chris, handed over to Chris. We came out behind some cars, which if we'd been sort of 5 seconds ahead, we would have jumped them, but we were behind 3 other GT3 cars. So that held us up quite massively. and then Chris had some clean air now, so he's managed to make some time up, and everyone's on different strategies and everyone's sort of split up quite a lot. But when it comes to the final pit stops, it's all going to come together. So I think there's probably going to be maybe 5 or 6 GT3 cars all super close and fighting for position in the final stint, of which I'm in for. So yeah, I think it'll be quite an exciting end to the race. So yeah, let's go check it out. So heading home after the NLS doubleheader weekend, and I'm actually feeling surprisingly good, which is good going forward into the longer endurance races. Having done 3 stints over the weekend, these GT3 cars are pretty physical cars to drive, so yeah, feeling pretty decent right now, which is really good. But yeah, looking forward to some rest when I get home later on. So when I last updated you, we came out pretty close together, which was really cool. I had 2 car collection Audis, I believe it was, just in my sights ahead of me. So it was full push to try and catch those guys. We somehow jumped the get speed mark. I have no idea how that happened. All the pit strategies playing out, it was pretty mad. I didn't think we'd come out so close to the lead Mercedes and the Ferrari as well. So I could see the podium in sight, and I could see the lead in sight as well. So pushing super hard and to make up the time to get to those guys. We had some issues handling in the middle of the race, so particularly beginning stint I wasn't so happy. I felt we didn't really have the pace we had yesterday, which was a shame. Christian also struggled a little bit. I mean, we were as fast as anyone, but we feel that we should have been faster than we actually were. So yeah, some work to be done on the engineering side from our perspective. However, putting the final stint was good because we were super competitive there when the track was really rubbered up, which is what it's going to be like for, again, 24-hour weekend, which is what we're really gearing up for. And yeah, and managed to go from 5th to 4th in the last lap. The Audi in front of me exited, well, I'll show you now. And yeah, the Audi cracked under pressure, which was quite nice. So a free spot for me. Just had to make sure I aimed for him, because when obviously when he's spinning across the circuit, you want to aim for them, not where they're gonna spin to. So yeah, nice little free spot to finish the race. I think I would have been a bit disappointed with 5th, but to finish 4th, happy with. So yeah, great to have Christian back in the team. Great to have Mikko obviously in the team as well. Our engineer Max is, we're working I think really well with him, and we have a really good package together going forward. So I'm not sure if I'm even leading the championship at the moment. A 1st, a 2nd and a 4th is pretty good. Start to the year championship wise for NLS. I haven't really thought about that, but I looked on the live stream feeds and they started talking about championship positions. So yeah, that puts us also in a good position for that as well. So yeah, overall very good, very successful weekend, great start to the year, absolutely loving it, and yeah, can't wait for the next one now in 3 weeks. Yeah, so until then, ciao. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do like all this content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow the rest of this super exciting season ahead of us. Until then, ciao. However, the drama did not finish after the checkered flag. The winning Ferrari was unfortunately excluded for a technical infringement with its Goodyear tyre, meaning that we were promoted from 4th to 3rd, which meant more points, a bigger championship lead, and yeah, 3 podiums from the first 3 events of 2020. Even better. So yeah, tune in next time for hopefully another podium to carry on this run.